Well, looks like this is going to be a series of videos now. So you're right, there has to be a firing motion for someone to see. The thing is, martial arts masters can notice when someone is firing something even when there's not much of a motion. Back in my original video, I talked about people who are able to quote-unquote dodge lasers fired from laser pointers. Now, they aren't faster than light, that would be crazy, but they can see slight variations in the body movements of the person who fires the laser. Now, the only thing you need to do to fire a laser pointer is push in a little button with your thumb, but they're not necessarily looking at the thumb. They're looking at the overall change in demeanor of the person who's firing it. And now, I'm not a martial arts master, so I couldn't tell you the tiny little ticks and telegraphs that people actually have when doing this. But the point is, body language changes when you're about to fire something, even if you don't actually have to make a big motion to fire it. So, technically Cyclops doesn't have to actually make a motion when he fires his I-beam. But you often see him put his head forward because that is a change in body language when he fires them. Anime characters call out the names of their attacks. That's the biggest telegraph ever. In Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke doesn't really need to make any movement other than pointing his direct finger at someone to fire his spirit gun. But before he fires, his body always tenses. That's another thing that you can notice to telegraph the shot. It is very rare that even for the slightest of movements like a laser pointer that there's no change in body language. In fact, training to reduce that telegraphed body language is something you can do. It's a type of martial arts training that applies for both melee and ranged combat. And it's hard. It's really hard. It's not something that you just get naturally. And it takes significantly more training to mask your changes in body language than it does to notice changes in body language. And since anime and comic books are all about selling impacts, they usually exaggerate body language. So in general, I would say that this specific situation doesn't actually apply much when it comes to Death Battle, because almost every character that they've showcased would telegraph their body language in some way. And in fact, I would say that would be the case with most characters in most situations.